It's me again, Rochelle Rubio, for today's episode of The Advocates, Empowering Voices on 104.3 The Capital. Today we celebrate two powerful stories of compassion in action. First, we hear from Leia Daño, adoption coordinator and volunteer at Happy Animals Club, as she shares the heartwarming story of Ken Amante, a 9-year-old boy whose love for animals sparked the creation of a shelter with the unwavering support of his father. Then we meet JJ Lim, a passionate animal advocate, songwriter, and composer who, along with her cousin Irene, poured their retirement savings into building Stray Love PH, a shelter in Tanay Rizal that now stands as a beacon of hope for countless rescued animals. This is The Advocates. Just 9 years old, imagine that. A little boy choosing to spend his school allowance not on toys or snacks, but on feeding a family of stray dogs. That boy is Ken Amante, a young soul with a giant heart. In 2014, with the support of his father, he founded what would become a safe haven for animals, the Happy Animals Club. Leia Daño, an adoption coordinator and rescuer at Happy Animals Club, shares how it all began.
Happy Animals Club is a no-kill animal shelter po dito sa Davao City. And we rescue, we rehabilitate, and we rehome those animals that are in need. We rescue those animals na severe na case, those dogs and cats na uh, inabandon, hindi inalagaan ng maayos, yung medyo mapayat at saka uh, yung mga dogs na may severe na sakit para example is like TBT and cancers and some like contagious disease like distemper and parvo. Nagsimula po itong shelter noong 2014. 9 years old pa si Canon. Nagsimula ito sa kanya na palagi siyang humihingi ng baon sa papa niya. Palagi kang humihingi ng malalaking baon, eh magtataka talaga yung papa niya. So, nagtaka yung papa kung saan gagastusin yung baon. Palagi din siyang lumalabas after school. At saka may dala-dala siyang malaking bag sa kanya likod. So, yung papa niya, nagtaka kung ano ba itong ginagawa ng batang to. Ayun, sinundan niya at nakita niya na pumasok si Ken sa isang pet shop.
Ken's father only discovered his son's secret mission when he followed him and saw him buying dog food for the strays. From a distance, he captured the moment on video. That heartfelt footage went viral and sparked something extraordinary. From that moment, the Happy Animals Club was born.
Parang nagtaka siya, aanhin niya ba yung dog food? So, sinundan niya at sa kabilang street ng bahay nila, nakita, pinapakain ni Ken yung family of dogs. 3 puppies at isang mama dog. At ayun, na-touch yung papa, ayun, pinicturan niya lang, pinicturan niya sa malayo at pinost niya sa isang social media platform. At ayun, after an hour, sumikat bigla at sobrang daming gustong mag-support at magtulong sa kanya para magbuo ng animal shelter na dream din ni Ken na magtayo ng isang animal shelter. Sinuportahan siya at pinadalhan ng madaming donation. At ayun, mga ilang araw lang, eh, nabuo niya yung animal shelter. Ang first rescue niya is yung yung isang family. Yung mama dog is hindi naman siya nag-survive. So, ayun yung tatlong puppies. Yun yung nasa picture na si Whitey, Brownie, and si Blackie. After 10 years, si Blackie na lang ang nandito.
True to its name, the Happy Animals Club is more than just a shelter. Volunteers ensure that every rescue is not only fed, but also rehabilitated, spayed or neutered, and eventually adopted into loving forever homes. For those who don't get adopted, they still live in a happy, safe space where they are loved and cared for.
After namin silang ma-rescue, i-rehabilitate namin sila dito sa shelter. We take care of them. Bibigyan namin na medicine and food until hanggang maging healthy, fully healthy na sila. At kung healthy naman sila, bibigyan namin sila ng vaccines and anti-rabies. We neutered them and spay. Then after that, we rehome them. We look for a family na mag-love talaga sa kanila.
Keeping a haven like this running takes a village. The shelter is maintained by 18 passionate animal lovers who work in shifts, rain or shine.
We have 3 volunteers and some like 15 paid staff po. So, kailangan po talaga kasi 24 hours may bantay at may nagalinis dito sa shelter. Kailangan papakainin every hour, especially yung mga puppies and kittens, sinisyringe feeding nila. May paid staff kami and mostly mga animal lovers din yung mga staff namin. Lahat sila dedicated and committed naman.
Currently, the shelter is home to 110 dogs and over 100 cats, each with their own story and second chance at life. Rescuing cats presents its own challenges. They're elusive and often frightened, but with a little patience and some irresistible cat food, the team manages.
Maliit kasi yung cats, so napakahirap talagang kunin yung cats. Pero yun, mabaho kang pagkain, lalapit naman din siya.
One unforgettable rescue is Leo, a dog found with a fractured skull on the side of the road. Leia recalls the harrowing rescue mission, a race against time.
Nakatanggap kami ng report tungkol sa isang aso daw na nasagasaan ng isang sasakyan sa isang national highway. Dali-dali kami pumunta dun sa location. Akala naman maliit lang yung wound kasi hindi talaga klaro sa picture eh. Pagdating namin doon, nakita namin na napakalaki pala yung injury niya sa ulo. Makikita niyo po talaga yung skull at saka yung parts ng brain niya sa ano na open talaga yung ulo niya. May yung mata niya din is lumabas at may konting injury din siya sa legs niya. Kumuha lang kami ng mabilisang picture and video for documentation and kinuha namin siya at dali-dali kaming bumalik sa shelter para mag-perform ng first aid. Yung rescue kasi nun is gabi pa, so wala kaming open na clinic. So nag-antay talaga kaming mag-umaga. So ayun, pagka first thing in the morning, dali-dali kaming pumunta sa clinic sa animal clinic and perform ng x-ray. Nakita namin sa x-ray may fractured siya and maliit lang naman na fractured and sabi ng doctor need talaga i-surgery. So, pagkakita din namin sa CBC niya na wala namang problema, normal naman lahat. Ayun, pumayag kami sa surgery at after like an hour of surgery, successful naman. Sinara yung ulo niya and kinuha yung isang mata niya at nilinisan yung mga wounds niya. Kumakain na siya ng pagkain. Kaya niyang kumain mag-isa at makakatayo din, makakatayo din siya. Super healthy na siya ngayon and malakas nang kumain. So hindi siya naging weak.
Miraculously, Leo survived, despite having to wait until the vet clinic opened the following morning.
Minsan wala yung doctor, minsan meron naman. So, inantay talaga namin yung clinic na mag-open na lang. May animal clinic kasi na magaling talaga. May close kaming animal clinic na magaling talaga mag-surgery.
It wasn't a hit and run. In fact, the driver who accidentally injured Leo was the one who called for help. That act of kindness changed everything.
Hindi naman niya sinadya at pabuti naman din is nag-report siya. Hindi siya tumakbo, hindi siya tumakas.
Now, Leo is on his road to recovery. Walking, eating, playing, and most importantly, no longer in danger. At Happy Animals Club, Leo finally knows safety, healing, and love.
Ngayon po, andito siya sa shelter, humihiga, nag-heal. Binibigyan pa namin siya ng vitamins and antibiotics niya. At ngayon, he's still healing po, pero napaka-energetic niya rin. At yan, nakakalakad naman din siya.
Another soul they saved was Oslo, a dog found in Panabo City, covered in wounds after being attacked by other dogs. The trauma was so intense, he had retreated underneath a tricycle, his body covered with ants.
Si Oslo po na-rescue namin sa Panabo City na madami po siyang pasa and bite marks po. May malaking wound din siya sa leeg niya. Sabi ng reporter, kinagat daw ng mga malalaking aso. Pinagtulungan siya ng mga malalaking aso kagatin. And Ayun, may malaking wound siya sa leeg at may maliliit na bite mark siya sa iba't ibang parte ng katawan. Binubuli din siya daw ng mga sisters and brothers niya kasi may kapatid siya na mga puppies din. Dumating kami sa lugar at nakita namin na nagtatago siya sa ilalim ng isang tricycle. Sobrang natakot at sobrang na-trauma talaga siya sa nangyari.
Oslo was taken to the Happy Animals Club shelter in Davao City, more than an hour away from where Oslo was rescued. The team provided first aid and remarkably treated his worst wound with natural honey.
Mabilis po talagang nag-close ang sugat. Everyday po kaming nagbabanded sa kanya and medyo magaling na siya ngayon at super playful, super cheerful na siya ngayon.
So how did Leia and her team learn to become rescuers?
Sa ibang bansa na may video sila sa YouTube and TikTok, doon namin po na-learn yung mga skills and ano yung dapat gawin at hindi dapat gawin. Doon namin na-learn kung paano mag-bandage and kung paano mag-rescue ng tama. Kung saan hahawak o kung saan di dapat hawakan yung mga aso at o pusa.
When asked about her most unforgettable rescue, Leia recalls Cardinal, a cat whose head injury was even more severe than Leo's. Another heartbreaking yet hopeful story from the streets.
Yung pusa na si Cardinal. Kasi po, galing ako nun sa adoption. So, nag-deliver ako ng aso sa adoption and then nakatanggap ako ng report na may nasagasaan na pusa. Nasagasaan siya ng isang pick-up car. And then dun din, same sa location na kung saan ako nag-drop off ng aso. So, pinuntahan ko doon at nakita ko yung pusa na nakaupo lang talaga siya sa kilid. Nakaupo lang siya sa gilid. Super sad po yung expression niya. Yung injury niya po is sa ulo din, same sa case ni Leo. Mas severe yung case ni Cardinal kasi yung utak niya po talaga is exposed. Makikita talaga yung brain niya and then wala namang magagawa yung surgery daw. So yun, araw-araw po kaming nag-change ng bandage sa kanya. And then, ayun, ginagamitan din namin ng yung Manuka honey kasi napaka-powerful po talaga ng Manuka honey mag-fix ng wounds, mag-heal ng wounds. Lilinisan niya talaga at papatayin niya talaga yung mga dumi sa injuries. And ayun, after every day, changing the bandage daily, like mga 3 months po talaga kami nag-change and nag-close po talaga siya and nag-heal po talaga siya ng 100% and so ngayon, super healthy na po talaga si Cardinal and masaya siya ngayon sa cat zone, tumatakbo at naglalaro sa mga ibang cats.
Just like Oslo, Cardinal's wounds were healed with care, love, and yes, pure honey. Leia shares how difficult it is when pet owners call to surrender their animals. It's painful, but the team chooses compassion every time.
Every day po may matatanggap kaming 10 to 20 messages sa Messenger. Sa mga rescue concern is gusto lang nilang i-surrender yung dogs nila. Like around 10 to 15 messages. Sino-surrender nila yung mga aso nila kasi yung reason is about sa family member, yung wala daw nila is hindi malapit na daw mamamatay. So, ayaw na daw, bawal na daw yung mga aso. Parang mga useless na reason na yung iba magmamigrate, pupunta sa ibang lugar, at yung iba naman lilipat ng bahay, pero hindi isasama yung aso. Pero most ito talaga is yung kapag nanganak, may pag yung newborn baby, ayaw na daw nila ng aso kasi may bagong baby sila at baka maaapektuhan daw yung baby, etc. Yun.
But what has Ken, the founder, given up in his quest to protect animals?
Sobrang dami niya talagang na-sacrifice. Especially po yung personal freedom niya, magkaroon ng normal life. Kasi simula nung nag-build siya ng shelter, committed na po talaga siya dito. Dedicated po talaga siyang mag-alaga and mag-rescue, tumulong ng mga hayop. Instead of going out with his friends, pipiliin niyo po talagang pumunta dito sa shelter para alagaan yung mga aso at pusa o i-check yung mga new rescues.
Ken, now 18, remains fully committed. When a team member is absent, Ken steps in. He personally tends to animals who need intensive care. From age 9 to now, he's never stopped loving and fighting for them.
Isa-isa po talaga niyang chinecheck if may sakit ba yun o pinapakain ba yun or hindi ba siya kumakain. Committed po talaga siya eh. At saka, dream niya din po talagang maging artist kasi napakagaling niya pong mag-drawing pero tinapon niya yung dream na yon kasi gusto niya po talagang tumulong dito sa shelter. So, ang laki po talaga ng sacrifice niya, especially sa oras niya. Hindi na siya nag-aaral. Buong oras niya, buong life niya is dito talaga sa shelter kasi gustong-gusto niya po talagang mag-alaga dito. Minsan kasi may mga absent na staff and so super kulang po, super kulang kasi kami sa staff. Kailangan talagang isa-isahin yung mga dogs na pakainin ba. So kung absent yung isang staff, siya talaga yung magka-cover. And kung may absent pa man na care team, siya naman yung magma-medicate. Kasi kailangan niya din pumunta dito kasi may mga intensive care siya na inaasikaso kasi every 2 hours may binibigyan siyang medicines dito, dyan. So, full time po talaga siya. Yung buong buhay niya po talaga at buong oras niya gusto niya po talagang i-spend dito at alagaan bawat isa yung mga hayop dito po eh.
Not all heroes wear capes. Many don't get the applause they deserve. But for these young rescuers, joy doesn't come from recognition. It comes from seeing a once broken animal wag its tail, run freely, or purr in peace. That's the reward. That's the mission.
It is true po na super personally, emotionally, and financially draining siya pero it is also rewarding naman po kasi makikita niyo po yung result sa effort na ginawa ninyo, especially yung mga dogs na makikita mong tumatakbo and masaya sila. Napaka-rewarding po na makita na before na napaka-weak niya, pinapalo, binubuli, neglected. Napaka-healthy na nila ngayon and masaya sila ngayon sa dog yard, naglalaro kasama yung ibang aso at saka makikita mo din yung parang appreciation sa mga eyes nila kapag papasok ka sa at kapag papasok kami sa dog yard, lahat po talaga sila, hinahug kami at binibigyan kami ng kiss and hugs. So, yung mata nila parang sinasabi nila na thank you, ganun. Super thankful naman din po sila. Nakikita po talaga namin na na-appreciate nila yung mga ginagawa namin sa kanila. So, super rewarding po talaga na makita na masaya sila and very healthy po.
Even music icon Rico Blanco, a fellow dog lover, was moved by the shelter's mission. He visited and brought donations, including sacks of dog food, to help.
Nag-donate siya dito ng 18 sacks na dog food and nag-donate din siya ng mga pack lunch para sa staff and super bait po and napaka-gentle niya sa mga aso. Dog lover po kasi siya, so napaka-gentleman. Tinitignan niya yung mga aso dito and nag-visit siya konti kasi may ano man siya, parang may schedule ata siya na isang araw ng Davao na yun. So, bumisita talaga siya sa napaka-tight na schedule niya, bumisita sa dito and tinignan niya yung mga aso. Humahawak-hawak siya sa mga aso.
So, how can the public help? What can the community do for the Happy Animals Club in return?
Yeah, malaking tulong po talaga yung Facebook and social media platforms and public supporters kasi sa isang share lang or isang comment or isang comment or isang react, mabuboost niya kasi po yung yung post namin. So, malaking tulong po talaga yun and mas madami pong magdo-donate dun.
Leah Daniel leaves us with a message, a plea for kindness, awareness, and action.
Lumalakas po yung animal welfare natin. Every day it's getting stronger and thankful kami dahil sa mga malalakas din ng mga animal welfare group. May malalakas na talagang law para mag-protect ng mga animals. And gusto ko lang pong sabihin na huwag po kayong matakot na took ng video and photos. If ever may makita kayong animal neglect, yung mga inaabusong aso, marami pong sumikat ngayon ng mga videos and photos na pinapalo yung mga aso, pusa, inaabuso. Huwag po kayong matakot na kumuha ng pictures and videos and huwag po kayong matakot mag-post or kung hindi niyo po talaga kaya, pwede po kayo mag-reach out sa mga private pages, private shelters katulad namin. Pwede po kayong kumuha ng pictures and video sa aso o sa pusa na inabuso and pwede niyo pong isend sa mga rescues and shelters, mga private shelters po.
In a world that can be unkind, these animals have found a place where love triumphs. They leap, bark, wag, purr, and nap under the sun, not as strays, but as souls who matter. At Happy Animals Club, compassion lives, and every life, no matter how small, gets the chance to be happy.
This is where the voices of the voiceless are heard. The Advocates, Empowering Voices. Hosted by Rochelle Rubio on 104.3 The Capital.
What drives Stray Love PH isn't just compassion. It's a relentless pursuit to give animals a fair chance at life.
Stray Love PH, we believe that all animals are sentient beings and therefore consideration should be given to their well-being or suffering. They should be treated with respect and dignity. So that means they have a right to live free from cruelty, abuse, or exploitation, and that they should be protected by law.
The 2020 Taal volcano eruption sparked a movement. In its ashes rose Stray Love PH, founded by JJ Lim.
Every single day, we hardly had sleep. We were there saving or rescuing horses, livestock, dogs, cats, and even some monkeys. So any animal that was left behind. So we were there from day one until, well, we were there, I think, for 7 days. We only slept 2 hours a day.
The spirit of Bayanihan came alive. Strangers from all walks of life came together, united by the desire to save animals left behind.
That's where we saw the Bayanihan spirit of the Filipinos. And we couldn't believe now, even at this present day, when pag miss ako na, Filipinos talaga will come together and just united for one cause. So we simply posted that we were going to Taal and that we were going to go rescue animals. Actually, we thought we would just be rescuing dogs and cats. There were so many people who reached out to us, entrepreneurs, companies, even politicians, and they were giving us the free use of their vehicles, including their trucks.
Volunteers, fueled by compassion, rushed to Batangas to rescue animals trapped in chaos, leaving the safety of their homes for the sake of the voiceless.
We assigned a meeting place and then we all met there and then nag-convoy kami all the way to Batangas. We formed GCs lang. From our post, people were writing us and then we formed a GC that just kept on growing. Parang eventually, hindi na nga namin nababasa lahat ng messages dahil sa dami. Like, the GC was about to explode with, so much activity. People are just volunteering their services. Ang daming sumasabay sa amin all the way to Taal. Some people were offering face masks and then some people were offering water. Others were offering, alam mo yung malaking mga plastics na lalagyan ng mga gamit. Pati ganyan, meron kami.
Among the most heartbreaking moments, residents offered to sell their horses out of desperation. JJ and Irene Alfaro stepped in to save as many horses as they could. They had to buy the horses in order to save them from ending up in meat shops.
We took the horses to their farms. Congressmen and senators, they were of big help at that time na kasi we could bring the horses there. Hindi naman namin kaya talaga. I mean, like, where would we bring them? But Stray Love PH was able to purchase Kasi on our last day, there were still some horse owners who asked us to buy their horses and ang kapalit nun, dadali nila sa slaughterhouses. So sabi namin, teka muna, these are the animals who served you 15 years. They would bring you up the crater so that, foreigners and locals alike, mga tourists, could see Taal, and its beauty. And then now you'd bring them to the houses to have them turned into tapa. What will it take, no, for that not to happen? Eh, ma'am, ito lang po ang choices namin. Pupunta po kami sa evacuation centers dahil yun po ay utos ng aming mayor. Eh, hindi naman po allowed ang mga hayop doon, lalo na po ang mga kabayo. So, paano po ito? Kung iiwan naman namin sila doon sa aming bahay, sila rin ay mamamatay. Mas mabuti na pong ibenta namin. Pero ang sabi ko, what is to be of the horses? Ayun nga daw, gagawin ng tapa. I had to, me and my co-founder, si Irene Alfaro, we had to rush to the nearest ATM we could find, which is so far away. Nag-withdraw kami. So, binentahan kami ng tig 15,000 per horse. And then we had to rent a trailer to transport the horses all the way to Bulacan kasi may nag-offer ng farm niya pero for rent. Take note, for rent.
They poured their savings into not just saving animals, but creating a safe haven. From nothing, they built a small ranch, an act of faith, not just charity.
Ni-rent namin, tas kinailangan pa namin gumawa ng maliit na ranch. So halos lahat ng, at that time, yung savings namin kasi gumawa pa ng mga stalls talaga pang kabayo. We realized that it wasn't easy. Kasi kala namin yung ordinary damo kakainin, hindi pala. Kailangan tabas ka ng long grass somewhere. You have to pay for it. Ang mahal. You would have to feed the horses. You'd give them molasses, carrots, and then yung daily vitamins sila. Maimpatso lang ang kabayo, could be fatal. So you have to call an equine vet. So eventually, I had to call, no, some people from the Polo Club and the Equestrian Club of the Philippines to help get the horses from us. So na lumipad na yung dream ko, yung inisip ko one day I wanna have a dog shelter. And kami yung naiiba kasi while you're there talking to prospective donors and to visitors, nandan tumatakbo yung mga kabayo mo. Ang sarap tingnan. Pero inisip ko, baka mabangkarote na ako.
JJ worried about funds, sustainability, and everything, but her calling was louder than her fears.
I already knew how it was to be struggling. So at that time, I would do anything for the animals. Doon nga yung nawalan pa ako ng pera, doon pa yung nagkaroon ako ng calling. Inisip ko nga, Lord, ba't ngayon na talagang, alam mo yung some people have the third eye, yung nakikita yung mga spirits. Sabi ko, my third eye is forever shut. Pero yung mata na nagbukas ay yung nakikita lahat ng suffering ng hayop. Nag-umpisa yun yung nagko-commute ako and yung jeep kaharap namin ay nabangga niya. Ang lakas ng pagkabangga doon sa aso. And then it ran over the poor dog. So nung lumagpas na yung jeep, nakita na lang namin nag-split into half na yung dog and blood was spurting everywhere and talagang naiyak ako dun sa hiyaw niya. Hindi nga niya alam na na-split na siya into half. And yung kalahati niya was valiantly trying to get to the other side. And I wrote about it when I got home. Talaga, everybody could think of in media, mga celebrities din, tinatag ko na parang if anybody can be sent there to at least give that dog a decent burial. And then after that, ang dami ko nang nakikitang mga ganyan.
She used to tag celebrities for help online. Nothing changed until she realized she had to be the change.
Sabi ko, Lord, ano ba itong mga pinapakita niyo sa akin? And then initially, still, nagtatag ako sa lahat ng mga celebrities and media. Yung known na media personalities until I came to the realization na hindi naman, walang nangyayari. And then I heard a voice that told me, JJ, is that all you can do? Is that all you can do? Cry out for help. Tapos after that, okay ka na? Parang, parang nagiging indifferent ka rin sa suffering nila. Hindi ka totoong animal lover kung ganun. And that really hit me hard. I started trying to help with my own hands until eventually I formed a team.
The journey wasn't easy. JJ hired animal rescuers on commission.
Pag may dog na naipit, for instance, a dog in pain or a cat in pain, you cannot touch that dog. Kasi kahit hindi siya aggressive by nature, kakagatin ka out of pain, out of the pain that it's feeling. So, you have to have somebody who is parang a dog whisperer, kumbaga, yung talagang hasang-hasana sa pag-handle ng ganon. Yung time na yun, wala pa akong kilala. I would check yung social media, tinitingnan ko sino ba itong mga rescuers. Kasi basically, in the animal welfare world, karamihan ginagamit the same rescuers lang. They are paid rescuers. So orgs tap these people and then you pay them for their services. So they're called commissioned rescuers.
With every rescue came risk. So they geared up, got vaccinated, and prepared themselves, not just physically, but emotionally for the mission.
Alam mo, Rochelle, yung mga gloves na hanggang dito, para kung kagatin man kami, at saka nagpa-anti-rabies kami.
JJ proudly shares that Stray Love PH is one of the most active rescue groups in their areas of operations. They're so busy on the ground, they barely have time to post online.
Hindi lang kami ganun kakilala kasi sa totoo lang, wala na talaga kaming time to post minsan dahil sa pagod.
Before all this, JJ had been battling depression, but rescuing animals and writing songs lifted her from the darkness.
What got me out of depression was this, and my music, because on the side, I am also a songwriter and an executive producer for songs that I write. I will help both the helpless, voiceless, young people who have this deep passion for songwriting, because that's one of my many passions, but they do not have the means to get their songs produced.
Stray Love PH runs a shelter in Tanay and maintains an office in Pasig.
Sa Sitio Daong, Barangay Plaza Aldea, Tanay, Rizal, we house 250 dogs, not counting pa yung dogs namin sa different fosterers and yung mga nasa clinics ngayon. We have cats, but we have fosterers for cats in the meantime. Wala pang cattery. Eventually, we plan to have a cattery constructed.
JJ and her cousin Irene poured their retirement savings into building a sanctuary, a gift of hope for the stray animals.
Kasi like my mom, nakikita niya, 3 o'clock in the morning, nagpa-pound away pa ako sa computer. Kasi yun lang yung time kong magsulat. Minsan, hindi na namin kayang magsulat. Bakit? Kami ni Irene, kami ang main donors ng aming shelter. Yung lifetime savings namin ay aming na-touch na ng ilang ulit. In fact, yung pag-construct ng shelter namin, kami talaga ang gumawa from scratch. Sabi nga ng aming family, you must be crazy. What about when you reach retirement age? You keep touching your savings. And I think we really must be a little bit of crazy kasi who will do this, right? So we built that shelter from scratch with our own money. And right now, we do not even know how long this can continue.
To keep their mission alive, they started a small business selling customized merchandise. Every purchase goes directly to supporting their rescues.
Lahat ng aming kinikita from music production, songwriting, and we have another business which is, kami po ang nagdi-design at gumagawa ng merch, Wise Clicks. You know that what we earn, bumabalik po sa shelter namin.
The cost of running a shelter is high. JJ is deeply grateful for donations, whether it's dog food or even vegetables. Every bit counts.
Nagpapasalamat nga kami dun sa tumutulong sa amin, Rural Rising Philippines, sa gulay. Ang laking tulong nyo po sa amin. Salamat at yung aming mga dogs ay nakakakain ng balanced meals.
These heroes once saved hundreds of dogs cats, horses, and more. Now, it's their turn to ask for help from you.
Kami po ay nangangailangan po ng tulong talaga kasi hindi na namin alam kung hanggang kailan namin kaya yung aming lifetime savings po. Ayan po, napunta na po sa pag-construct ng shelter and sa everyday na gastusin po doon. Hindi nyo po na itatanong lahat po ng aming aso. Walang exception. Lahat po ay kapon. Alam po natin kung gaano kamahal ang kapon.
Oh,
Lahat
yes.
po ay vet checked and treated. Wala po kayong kahit isang asong makikitang walang booklet po sa aming shelter. Kahit i-challenge nyo po kami, maibibigay po namin lahat ng booklets ng aming rescue. Ang aming katwiran kasi is, ba't pa natin pupulutin sa daan yan pag hindi naman pala natin yan kayang alagaan, bigyan ng magandang future. Talagang lahat po yan ay talagang naka-vet check and lahat kompleto sa vaccinations po. Bravecto is what we give our dogs to protect them from blood parasitism. Kasi nakakahawa din yan. So we give our dogs 5-in-1 vaccines or 8-in-1 vaccines to protect them from the viruses that are fatal, like distemper for puppies, parvo, and of course distemper.
Despite their efforts, adoption rates remain heartbreakingly low.
Sa isang buwan, swerte na kung may 5. Pag meron kaming mga nakuha, and you won't believe this, meron talagang mga debris na tinatapon na nila pag may sakit na. Ang dami na naming na-rescue. Number 1 on the list is huskies. Huskies kasi yung weather natin sa Philippines hindi conducive to mga dogs. Kung nagkakasakit na yung husky nila, itatapon na lang nila. Meron nga kaming husky na nakuha very recently, tinali lang sa isang puno sa isang bakanteng lote.
JJ reflects on how little awareness there is about the Animal Welfare Act, or RA 8485. She urges everyone to learn, act, and show compassion for animals, especially the strays.
Kulang talaga sa awareness na animal neglect is a crime. So, when you neglect your animal, or your dog and cats in particular, you can be charged with cruelty to animals. So, lahat ng mga nakikinig po ngayon, yung gini-give up na lang yung mga hayop nila sa city pound for no reason. Or yung mga iba worse, tinatapon na lang. Hindi nyo naisip, sanay sila sa sheltered lives, diba? Nasa bahay nyo. Tapos biglang iiwan nyo sa daan, walang pagkain, walang iinumin, walang kakilala, pero walang boses para magsabi na, I'm scared.
For JJ, accountability matters. Upholding justice for animals is essential to promoting compassion and ending animal cruelty.
Guys, huwag kayong matakot kasi nandito naman kami at pwede namin kayong tulungan. Kasi kung tayo ay magte-turn lang ng blind eye, walang mangyayari. Magkakaroon pa rin ng cruelty cases at hindi ito titigil hanggat walang maglalakas loob. Huwag kayo pong matakot. Put them behind bars para magtanda na mga yan.
What does a day in JJ's life look like? From sunrise to the darkest hours, they answer every cry for help. Rescue is not a job, it's a heartbeat.
In a day, when we wake up, punong-puno na. Masasabi ko siguro pumuputok na ang mga inboxes namin to the brim. At somehow they have gotten hold of our personal numbers. Pati nga yung numbers namin eh. Minsan, syempre sasagutin ko, iniisip ko, inquiry. Call for help siya and they call us. Grabe, kahit 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, may tawag sa amin. And if we forget to put off our ringers, I was about to put off my laptop, may pumapasok na sangkaturbang messages and then tumawag pa sa akin kasi may dog na sinagasaan ng isang driver. Hindi ko makayanan talaga, naririnig ko yung iyak na naman ng aso. We had to also wake up one of our vets. Mabuti na lang sumagot siya sa phone ko. Sabi ko, Dok, pagpasensyahan niyo na po. talagang emergency case lang.
Sleep is rare, but so is the kind of love that drives these rescuers. They are heroes with no capes, no pause button. The load is heavy, and there are times they feel like giving up. But JJ's heart says otherwise.
Kailangan din namin po ng supportan nyo. Kaya lang hindi rin namin kaya na mag-wait lang kami for donations. So pag halimbawa, merong nagsasuffer na dogs, kahit na sinabi ko, tama na, hindi na muna tayo magre-rescue. Let's put a hold sa rescuing. Pero katulad niyan, may tatawag, may video pa na may nasagasaan. Sinasabi ko, no, so sorry po for now. Hold muna po lahat ng but at the same time, hello doc, may dadalhin na po dyan. Expect nyo po yung aming rescue. Nandun, sinasabi ko no, pero yung heart ko, nagsasabi ng yes, and the other hand is already calling.
JJ calls for continued support. Don't look away. Be part of the change. Help Stray Love PH continue giving hope to those who have none.
Everybody has a right to live in this world, including animals. Calling all corporate CSRs, nandito po yung Stray Love PH. Please support Stray Love PH. We are a foundation that's legitimately registered at the SEC. We are one of the most active in rescuing. And all our dogs and cats are vet checked and vet treated, and also they are all completely vaccinated. So if you can visit us at the shelter, you will see for yourselves how healthy they are. To please not to turn a blind eye to the suffering of the strays, kasi we are their voice. They have nobody to turn to.
And that wraps up today's episode of The Advocates, Empowering Voices. As we've seen today through the stories of Happy Animals Club and Stray Love PH, making a difference starts with a heart that cares. Let's continue to raise our voices for those who cannot speak for themselves. Until next time, this is Rochelle Rubio of 104.3 The Capital, reminding you to advocate, act, and always choose compassion.
This is where the voices of the voiceless are heard. The Advocates, Empowering Voices. Hosted by Rochelle Rubio on 104.3 The Capital.